Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the PantyNectar podcast, your host, PantyNectar.
Hello, and welcome to episode 60 of the PantyNectar podcast. I'm so excited to be here today. We are live on OnlyFans and also live on Instagram. Instagram gets a little bit of a different view than OnlyFans does because I have something special for them. But as of now, I have my robe on. So we thank you guys for listening, for joining us today. Episode 60. I can't believe it. We're already so close, I feel like, to 100. It's going to be crazy when we get to 100.
We're 60% there, I guess.
Dude, that's crazy. We love hearing what you guys want to talk about. So please make sure that you write me in after the podcast, regardless what platform you are on. And I would love to hear what you guys want to hear us talk about. But for today, we have a few questions. Mr. P and I have been getting a lot of questions in our messages, and people just want to know a little more about us.
There's always a lot of questions, PantyNectar, and it's fun to answer those questions. Yes. Person to person in DMs, and comments. But we thought it'd be a little better to take it at a higher level, so to the podcast, so more people could hear the questions. So
there's a lot of people on the podcast that actually don't follow us on OnlyFans, so they don't really get that side of it, or maybe they're just a podcast listener and they don't follow us on anything. I find that a lot of the time people message me from Reddit and they're like, "Oh, I found you from the podcast," and that blows my mind when that happens, because I'm like, you listen to the podcast and that's all you know about PantyNectar? Like, that's just a little out of the usual that we get.
Yeah, and it's funny because, we do this and it's like we see, what we do every day, and it's like we just assume that people see the same thing. And the reality is that people are often getting a compartmentalized version of PantyNectar, depending on where they're at, because there are some people, like you were saying, that only listen to the podcast. There's some people that just use Twitter. There's some people that only use Reddit, Instagram, Discord. And so, which is great because all those platforms offer a little different experience for everything. So.
Yes. I try really hard, definitely, to add value in certain places and give everyone a different taste of everything, opposed to just getting the same thing when you go to every platform. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's nice. I have someone on OnlyFans right now. We'll kick off with this question.
Okay.
Have you ever been recognized in public?
Have I?
Have you?
I have not been recognized in public.
I'm willing to bet that there's some people, because you and I don't go out often, but I'm willing to bet if we went out in a bigger city somewhere that I think people would recognize you, especially.
Yeah,
you got that Twitter presence.
No, I'm kind of reclusive by nature, so you're right. I just don't go out a lot. It's funny, I've never got recognized as Mr. P or whatever. It's funny. I don't know if I have a familiar face, because I have been oftentimes. I shouldn't say oftentimes. A few times over the past however many years, I've had people ask me if I'm like a celebrity. I'm like, as a matter of fact, one of them was James Franco. I was in Chicago a couple years ago, and I was going to this event, and I was signing up, or at the check-in thing, getting our tickets or wristbands or whatever. And this chick, she's like didn't even ask me if I was this dude. She's like, "Can I have your autograph?" I'm like,
"Oh, no way!" Did you roll with it?
No, I didn't. I was like, I should have, right? But no, I have never got recognized in public. What about you, PantyNectar?
I have, I think, once for PantyNectar. That was at Hollover Beach, actually.
Yeah.
And this guy was very kind and did not, invade my space or anything like that. Just happened to mention, I think, when we passed by, I know you from Reddit. Yeah. You could tell he was starstruck, which I'm honored by.
Oh, I remember when he walked by, because we were sitting there and he was like, big fan.
Yeah, that's what it was. And kept walking so that it wasn't awkward either.
Yeah, he was a super cool dude.
So
really
we went
nice
and talked to him, and he was super nice. You know what celebrity I get a lot? that people say I look like?
I do know because I read the comments, but go ahead.
Emily Blunt.
Yes.
People think that I look like Emily Blunt. I've gotten a few other things, but like Emily Blunt is definitely the main, celebrity lookalike that I've gotten before.
And it's so funny for me because like I don't know a whole lot of celebrities, right? Like I just don't. I guess I shouldn't say that. Like I only know the celebrities that I know, and it's not like I don't watch a whole lot of TV or movies,
Right.
so
Actors
I'm not
and
apt
stuff,
to know, your regular, celebrities.
Well,
or,
you're
or
a
movie
hottie
stars.
regardless. So, okay. So next question. I get asked this a lot, and I'm sure people are curious about this for you. But people ask me all the time, how many people have you slept with?
Oh God,
If
I don't
you,
even know
if
that's like. What?
If you had to give it a guess.
I don't know. Didn't we go over this on the podcast? I don't know.
I think we have
in
before.
the 20s episodes. I don't know. That's a tough question. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot.
I don't know mine exactly, and that's probably not the best thing.
Yeah.
It's not on one hand and it's not on two hands. So
Oh yeah, you could take both my hands and yours and feet and multiply them times a few and still be like, what the fuck?
But the thing is, like, I'm just a very I'm a very sexual person at heart. I'm just like am a naturally flirty, flowy, touchy, like kind of person.
Oh yeah.
He said, oh yeah. So like to me, I don't know, like people ask and I'm like, I honestly have no idea because like I enjoy having those experiences with people. So I do them. I wouldn't really say like there's anything I ever regret or anything like that. I don't think I feel that way. You probably don't feel that.
What were you about to say? You probably regret a lot.
No.
There's definitely some times I wish I could take back, but luckily most of those were I was just too inebriated to remember.
Right.
If we're being honest, which I guess which is one reason why I don't drink anymore.
Right.
But I don't know the number. It's a lot. It's probably disgustingly maybe a couple hundred. I don't know. It's up there.
Oh my God.
Most of those, like I said, I probably can't remember a lot of those, or at least there was a good buzz.
You're also a military man, so it makes sense. I'm not mad at it.
I was also a male slut. Yeah.
Is there a name for that?
Man whore.
Man whore?
Yeah.
Is that it? I feel like that doesn't do enough justice to that term.
Like I remember when I was young.
I like a man slut. Yeah.
I remember like being called that a few times, like in a derogatory way.
Were you really?
Like it's funny, like you're. First of all, seeing the double standard is completely different for women versus men, right? Especially when you're younger in your late teens, early 20s. Like if you're a guy and you can get a lot of pussy, like you're cool.
Right.
If you're a chick that gets fucked a lot, you're a slut.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like there's that double standard, obviously. But, so I definitely didn't mind,
And some of my followers, like, sometimes I'll put out things where I'm like, oh, from your favorite slut or whatever. And like, people are like, don't use that term. That's not good for you. Like, that's not you. You're not a slut. And I'm like, in my head, I don't have like a negative connotation to that. Like, I don't know what I feel towards that word, but to me, it's not negative. I don't feel negative about that word. I feel like a slut is just like someone who likes having sex.
I think the term has definitely evolved over the past few decades. Being a kid of the 90s, like slut was like, it was like, what's up, slut? It's just like, it was it could be, I mean, look at the word fuck, right? I mean, how many different ways can you use that word?
Yeah.
But slut was definitely more of especially when used in the context of towards a woman. But nowadays it seems like so many women just embrace that, right? I mean, even so much so that like you don't talk about there's the term slut shaming, right? Like how are you going to shame somebody for being a slut when really like she's just a chick that likes to have sex, when let's face it, we all do.
Right.
So, I think that that a lot of that has kind of moved forward in a in a way that I definitely did not anticipate to be using slut. You know, like, hey,
Like, yes.
my wife's this hot slut. You know, like
it doesn't do anything negative.
it
for
is
me.
funny because I even put that on my website, MrPNectar.com. I had this little thing there, and it says talking about whatever, and it says like my wife's a slut, and then after that I put her words, not mine. You know, like that's you saying that.
Yeah, I don't
Don't
know.
get mad at me. I'm just saying what she says. Yeah,
I don't know. I don't feel any way about it. Okay. What is your favorite place on your body to be touched?
My favorite.
Besides your dick. Don't go with obvious and say your dick.
Well, I mean,
We know it's your favorite place.
okay, my balls. I don't know.
That's good. Is that like your second favorite place?
My balls? If
Yeah.
it's not my dick, yeah.
Okay. What's number 3?
Ooh.
Ooh.
You know, so like, you know this, I am incredibly ticklish. So
You are. You
Like,
don't like to be like rub the top of your legs
yeah,
up near your hips and stuff.
inside,
You don't like that. Mm-hmm.
weird. My back, my sides, you know, so like,
He'll like fight you too.
it's weird, right? Like, it's like,
He literally goes into fight mode.
it's like fight or flight, man. It's like, it's fucking instinctive. It just, you know, it hits me. And so, you know, I am not like many people, I guess, who could enjoy the pleasure of being rubbed on your inner thighs and like
massage type stuff.
yeah, that like I can't really do that, you know, and like I've never had like a full-fledged massage. You know, we've talked about
Blows
that.
my mind. Yeah.
But also like, you know, like your lower abdomen area, I think for most people is probably like a really sensitive area, like in your groin
Yeah.
area. But like for me, that area is like so freaking ticklish.
Yeah.
You know,
You're
and it's
ticklish
kind of
everywhere.
Yeah, I am, and it's kind of even more so. Like it's weird because like there's some places like that when I'm sexually aroused, like I'm less ticklish. You know, like you could rub my sides and stuff.
I
think,
grab
a
your
little bit
back
more. Yeah.
sometimes. Yeah. And like grab
like-
in there.
But like my lower abdomen and my groin area, like when like if you're giving me a blowjob or something, like you slide your hand up on my stomach. It's like, oh fuck.
Yeah,
like,
you don't. And my hands just wander naturally. They like it's not. I forget that you're ticklish too.
yeah, and it's almost like those cramps when you get on your side when you're running, like a side stitch. You know, like all of a sudden you're breathing. It's just like, oh my god, I can't breathe anymore because my fucking the whole right half of my ribs feels like it has 3 steak knives stabbed in it. That's
Right.
kind of how it feels, but
That's interesting.
not on the side.
Noted.
But no, it's like when you slide your hand up on my lower abdomen is what I'm saying. It's like that ticklish thing
Yeah.
is real intense for me.
It is.
And people think like I know like tickling is this whole fetish. People love it, get into it. And it's like for me, like that's like a punishment to me. Like like
Yeah.
if there were anything, man, I don't know, like the worst punishment in my life would probably
You're
be
like getting
forced to be in,
antsy
like,
over here.
tickled, you know, tied up
You-
and fucking tickled for 3 years.
That would be torture for you. Could you imagine if we like handcuffed you to the bed one day and just like you would break the bed?
Yeah, there's no way.
You would like go Hulk on me.
There's no way.
I think I have like, I'm trying to think like my favorite place to be touched. I really like you just touching my butt.
Yeah.
I always come up to him after like a good workout pump or something. And
Yeah.
I just like turn around and he just knows to grab my butt.
Yeah, the booty's always one that you really enjoy.
My back, I really like my back being touched, but like not too much because then it gets ticklish for me. It like has to be a certain way and it feels good.
Panty Nectar, if you could sleep with any celebrity, who would it be?
Oh my gosh.
That's a tough one.
That is a tough one.
Okay, let's
Yeah, I'm like,
let's
let
give
me
you
think of
two
my
things.
options.
So man and woman.
Oh, Jesus, that just made it harder.
I
Okay.
thought that'd make it easier because
So the girl we were talking about last night that's in the TV show Pretty Little Liars. She's like
I
a
didn't know who she
supermodel
was,
as
but-
well. I don't remember her name, but I'd fuck her for sure.
yeah, she was hot for
She
sure.
was hot.
What about dudes?
Gosh, I don't even know. I think like an easy choice would be like Zac Efron. I feel like he'd be decent in bed.
Really? Is he like a?
And he's like good looking.
Yeah, like he has some like crazy like clear blue eyes.
He does, yeah.
Like,
I feel like and I don't know how tall he is because he looks like he's on the shorter side.
yeah, I think so.
But
I think he's a
we're
little
all
short.
the same size when we're laying vertical. So
yeah. Tell yourself that. Yeah, it's like his dick's probably the same size and the lights go out too, right?
Matt, who would your girl and guy be?
Well, I'm not into guys, so girls.
You're telling me there's not one dude that you're like, okay, no homo, but I'd fuck him. He is good looking.
No, not at all. I don't. I mean, like, there's good looking guys. I'm just not into guys.
Okay,
like this,
who's
so.
a good looking guy that you think?
Guy or girl?
Both.
Well, I just said that there was. Where are you trying to like pit this?
The girl.
I'd probably have to say, like I was talking before, was like Cameron Diaz. I think
She's
back
hot.
in the day,
I forgot about Cameron
like
Diaz.
she was just one that I always like just had a crush on. I think she's a beautiful, beautiful woman. Of course, I hadn't. I mean, when's the last time she came out the movie?
What to expect when you're expecting, and that was like in, I don't even know when.
She hasn't come out with something more recent.
I don't think so. Has she?
I don't know. How long ago was that movie?
I
Wasn't that
love her as an
long time ago?
actress, though. No, I think it's a recent movie, maybe.
Oh, maybe so.
But she's a hot actress, and she always plays roles where like her body's very fit and like good looking. Cameron Diaz.
Yeah, she's hot.
Okay, so next question: what is your favorite sex toy to use?
I've never used
And
a
you don't have to
sex
say
toy.
ours. Like out of any sex toy, like what's your favorite to use?
Well, I've never used like a sex toy for like my sexual pleasure. So
Or using it on other people?
I don't know. I'm not sure I've really gotten, into the whole like I've used like, use a dildo on you or whatever, but not like really.
You like a belt?
Yeah. I've thought about getting like a good like leather type paddle thing, but just for kind of spankings. I think that'd be fun. But
I think it would be too, like a paddle or something.
What about you?
I like a good vibrator.
Keep it simple, right?
Yeah, I know you can't go wrong with it. You can use it for a lot of things. I think that they're I don't know. I think they're convenient little vibrators.
Yes.
Are you loud or quiet during sex?
I don't know. I think it's kind of either one or the other with me.
Your
like
finishing
kind of
moans are
weird.
so hot. And I think people talk about that, especially on Reddit. They're like, oh my God, his sounds. I'm like, dude, tell me about it.
It's funny, right? And most people it's fun. It's cool to read because like most people enjoy it. But then there's some people who are like, oh my God, he sounds like some fucking ape. Then I'm like, dude, like I agree with you. Like when I listen to myself, I'm like, oh my God.
No, I love
turn
it.
that shit down.
Most of the time, I love it. It's so like, yeah, you're just like going
it's
all
just-
out. It's
just
great.
letting it loose, You're definitely not quiet.
I'm
You have
not.
a tough time being quiet.
I was about to say I can be if I have to, but like I prefer not to. And not that I'm like a screamer either. I don't think I'm a screamer.
But you definitely, but like your moans are fucking sexy as fuck. Too.
Are they? You think so?
Yeah.
Sometimes
absolutely.
I'm like, do I sound dumb right now?
Well,
When you like get out of your head and you're just like, and then you're like, oh my gosh,
you're
come back
floating
to it.
above
Yes.
the bullshit coming out of your mouth. You're like,
Yes.
did that even make sense? Do you ever feel like that on this podcast, Panty Nectar?
That what?
Sometimes I say something, I'm like, did that even make sense? I don't know.
Sometimes, Mr. P, like we need to start really recording when we watch back our podcast because when we watch them, after we've done edited, the words into it, titles, things like that, and we watch it back for the full episode, and like I die laughing at myself. It is hilarious. Like
Yeah.
I will literally be crying watching a podcast episode. So yeah, sometimes I'm like, what are you even talking about?
Yeah, I think it would be cool to get a green screen and get a green screen and we could record us. And then on the green screen behind us, we could have the podcast going and then we could be talking about doing like a review of the podcast.
I think that would be cool. That'd be fun.
That'd be something cool. to do
Because
with
people,
Discord.
I'm telling you guys, you want to watch me laugh at myself because I cry.
And also, people should know that you can always get the latest podcast episode at PantyNectar.com.
Yes, you can. How many times a day do you think you masturbate?
Most of the time it's 0. But I think that should definitely be quantified with what is masturbating.
Okay.
Right? Like, because by that, I mean, like,
good.
like I don't come.
Right.
Right. But like a lot, like,
Well, I do.
but like if you're watching some hot videos and stuff, it's hard not to touch yourself.
Right.
You know, so
Right.
that's usually a daily occurrence.
Yeah. I would say
Definitely.
every day.
Yeah. Judging by your panties, panty nectar, I'd say that definitely.
Oops. Oops. All right, you guys, thank you so much for listening and hanging out with us for episode 60. If you guys have more questions, we'd love to answer them here on the podcast and hear from you guys. Please leave a 5-star review, and we will be seeing you guys for 61.
See ya.